All right, let's get into it. We are about to break down a pretty incredible story, a complete playbook for going from zero to $20,000 a month with a brand new app in just 6 months. So let's kick things off with the two big questions. How in the world does a brand new app rocket to $20,000 a month in just 6 months? And maybe even crazier, how is it even possible to code the entire thing in only 3 days?
We're going to do a deep dive into the exact playbook of a founder named Mal Barone and his app, PrayerLock. This isn't just theory, okay? This is a real-world, step-by-step case study of exactly how he did it. But first, before we get into the how, let's just take a moment to look at the results. Because honestly, the numbers here are seriously impressive, and they set the stage for everything else.
Here's the headline number, $21,000. That's what PrayerLock brought in December of 2025, just 6 months after it launched. And what's really wild is the growth trajectory. This wasn't some slow, steady climb. The app was growing at over 50% month over month. You see it right here, from 10 grand in October to 15 in November, all the way to 21 in December. That is just explosive. And it's not just about the money. Look at the health of the app itself. Over 58,000 downloads, almost 7,000 reviews, leading to a near-perfect 4.9-star rating. And this last one, a 43% onboarding conversion rate. That's insane. It tells you people didn't just download it. They actually stuck around and loved it. Okay, so you see the results? The big question is, how was this thing actually built? Well, the answer is all about speed, efficiency, and a whole lot of AI. This timeline is just nuts. Mal coded the entire app in 3 days, using tools like Cursor and ChatGPT. Then it took about a week for the App Store to give it the thumbs up, and boom, it was live. We're talking an 11-day cycle from the very first line of code to launch day. Incredible. So how'd he pull it off so fast? He shared 4 really crucial tips, and they're kind of counterintuitive. First, he didn't waste any time on mockups. He just studied the best apps out there, threw a bunch of screenshots in a file, and went straight to coding. Second, he used a mix of different AI tools to keep his costs down. Third, he built the app piece by piece, feature by feature, not all at once. And fourth, and this one is a real game changer, he skipped user accounts and logins completely. And this quote from him just says it all, doesn't it? His philosophy is crystal clear. Get rid of every single barrier for the user. He's basically saying the hassle of logins and databases isn't worth it for the small number of people who might switch phones. Okay, so the app is built, it's lean, it's live, but how do you get those first crucial users? Well, Mal started with a pure boots-on-the-ground organic strategy to get his first $1,000 a month. His formula was simple, but it was a grind. First, high-volume testing. We're talking 40 posts a day across 12 different social media accounts, just throwing stuff at the wall to see what would stick. He eventually found a winner, a classic user-generated style video of a girl reacting, plus a quick app demo. Then he just spammed that winning format over and over, and it worked. That got him to around 10,000 views a day, which turned into a couple hundred downloads, and there it was, his first $1,000 a month. And the crazy part is how focused this was. He didn't need a dozen viral videos or a huge network of influencers. Just 2 successful creator accounts, and one of them was his wife, was all it took to go from $1,500 a month in July to $2,400 in August. So organic growth got him off the ground, but paid ads, well, that was the rocket fuel. Let's look at how he built the engine that took him all the way to over $20,000 a month. Now, it wasn't an immediate success. His first influencer campaign completely flopped, and his initial ads were a bust because he made a classic mistake. He was optimizing for downloads instead of what actually makes money, free trials. So, and this might be the most important lesson here. Before he could fix his ads, he had to fix his product. He completely rebuilt the onboarding process, and he actually made it longer, from 5 minutes to 15, and just packed it with value. That one move tripled his organic conversion rate and set the stage for profitable ads. With that new onboarding in place, he tried ads again. On Meta, he was getting a decent $10 cost per trial, but on TikTok, the results were just way better. He was getting trials for only $4. The choice was pretty obvious. And this is where it all came together. He found this super talented 15-year-old creator, Matthew, whose organic videos were already doing great. Mal then used TikTok's Spark ads, which let you boost another creator's organic video as your own ad, to put his ad spend directly behind Matthew's high-performing content. The results were just staggering. His cost per trial dropped to just $3. Think about that. When your product is a $50 annual subscription and you're getting people to try it for only $3, you have an incredibly profitable growth machine. He poured all his savings and then some into these ads. So, what can we all learn from this? Well, Mal actually distilled his entire journey into a 6-step framework that he calls the 2026 Founders Playbook. It's basically a guide for anyone looking to build an app today. Here it is. Step 1, find a niche where apps are already making good money. Step 2, don't reinvent the wheel, just find a successful app and make it way better. Step 3, code it incredibly fast. We're talking under 2 weeks. Step 4, once it's built, stop coding and obsess over distribution. Post relentlessly. Step 5, go back and perfect your onboarding until at least 10% of downloads start a trial. And finally, step 6, scale to the moon with TikTok Spark ads on your best organic videos. This entire strategy is built on being super lean and efficient, which kind of begs the question, besides ads, what are the actual fixed costs to run an operation like this? The answer is almost nothing. It's kind of crazy. This is his tech stock. Coding tools are about $40 a month. AWS hosting is just $2. The in-app AI from Google is $9. Analytics, $10. The rest are pay per conversion. The total fixed cost here is under $100 a month to run a business generating over $20,000. So the playbook is clear. Build fast with AI by skipping things like mockups and authentication. Find your first users by testing relentlessly and just spamming what works. Master your product's onboarding to triple your conversions. Then, and only then, pour fuel on the fire with hyper-efficient TikTok ads. The barrier to entry has never been lower and the path has never been clearer. The only question left is, what will you build?